Hey y'all, what is up? Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Really just depends if you're new here or not. This is a situation that I personally debated on whether I was going to cover it or not for the past 3 days. Now, the thing about Selena Gomez, whenever it comes to literally anything, she's usually very, very open and unapologetic about her being open about it. She's always been somebody in the music community and acting community who I feel like genuinely always wants to put out a positive message. Sure, she's had her moments, y'all, but who doesn't have their moments? I'm not going to judge her for a few bad times out of the dozens of good things that she's done. And I want to be completely honest before we go into this. I grew up listening to Selena Gomez. She was one of my favorite. I remember I got the Year Without Rain album that came with the documentary CD attached. And I watched it 3 times back to back. I was a Selena fan, okay? Don't come for me. So because of that, I feel like I might have a little bit of a biased opinion on this, so I am going to refrain from giving my personal opinions. I'm just going to talk about what I've been seeing on the internet. So she had a musical comeback recently. She released a song called In the Dark. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people in the comments are here for it. I'm here for it. I think it's a good aesthetic for her. I think that the sound overall fits her perfectly. But people aren't really talking about the sound. They're talking about her appearance. I think this bothers me so bad for multiple reasons. One, I'm a woman, and it doesn't even matter if I'm a woman or not. I could be a man, okay? Who knows? Maybe I am a man. But the thing about it, you guys, whenever it comes down to anybody making a spectacle of anybody's looks, especially as you grow up, as you're progressing further in life, we all go through changes. We all go through physical changes, mental health changes, every change that you can go through, we go through as we progress through life. One thing too that makes it a little bit more difficult with changes is if we have any type of underlying mental health issue that could affect the way that we physically change as we get older, or especially some form of medical disease that causes a lot of body fluctuations. And I feel like even since she was younger, she has been under this scope basically when it comes to Hollywood of her weight. And I remember there was a bikini photo that came out of her where her bikini was just a little bit too small, and that was in the tabloids for 2-3 weeks, just heavily speculating about how heavy she's getting and how she's wearing clothes that don't fit. Just for her to turn around a month later and come back to that same beach and get photos taken of her in a different bathing suit, and people are like, oh, she looks so much better. Her clothes fit her now. And that always has bothered me so fucking badly, because God forbid we have one bad moment or wear something a tiny bit too small or miscalculate the size of our appearance. It's going to be talked about in the tabloids. And that bothers me so badly for so many reasons, because it's already so fucking hard. I'm not a celebrity, of course, but it's hard to not let people get to you. I mean, in our daily lives, it's already pretty difficult when people make judgments or point certain things out about ourselves. Can you imagine being under the spectacle of millions of eyes? That would be a fucking challenge. And there's an argument that is had a lot that I see on the internet when it comes to celebrities and bad photographs and and people always say, well, if you know you're a celebrity, you know you're going to be photographed, why would you go in public looking like that? Why would you do this? Just because you're of status does not mean you cannot live your motherfucking life, okay? So it just bothers me. And I feel like Selena Gomez has always been somebody who's been she's been under a lot of spectacle, and I think that a lot of it comes from her having lupus. I feel like a lot of people call out her lupus, and I think that a lot of people are aware that she has lupus, but whenever she goes through physical changes, a lot of people just speculate. It's fillers, it's Botox, it's she's gaining weight, she's losing weight, is she depressed? She's probably not happy. Oh, she's happy again, she lost weight. And I feel like that drives me crazy, because yeah, sure, I feel like her medical condition causes a lot of the fluctuations in weight. She has been so open about that in the past. She is still open about it today. But it's just frustrating seeing how much spectacle people truly go through. Y'all, there are videos like this on the internet. And it's not just of Selena Gomez. People are not strictly just making these perfect face ratios of Selena Gomez. It's to a lot of celebrities, male and female. And I just feel like this is so harmful to me, in my opinion. I don't feel like you should edit anybody to look different than what they look like. I feel like that causes a lot of issues. It can cause body dysmorphia. and just the mental gymnastics you would have to go through to wake up thinking you look okay that day, to get a photo done when you're in glam, when you're feeling your best, just to see photos and videos like this going around the internet where people are like, let's give her the perfect face, because clearly she didn't have one before. And I'm somebody who, honestly, whenever it comes down to situations like this, I am judgmental of it. I'm very judgmental of it. Not of the person who's being judged, but of the person who's judging. Because this could be you, and it would not feel good. And I don't know, I just couldn't imagine having so many eyes on me all the time, judging my appearance, and then having a medical condition that makes that appearance fluctuate. So, what are we talking about? I feel like I've been ranting for a minute. What we're talking about is this music video that just came about, the In the Dark music video, and how everybody has been calling her out for Botox, for fillers, for all types of crazy things. And did she get Botox? Did she get fillers? I don't know. Girl, I don't know. I ain't never had that work done, and I've seen people who have it on the internet, but I'm still somebody who, when I see that kind of stuff on the internet, it's hard for me to tell unless their lips are ducked out and plumped out. It's hard for me to know. I can never really tell unless, like, there's, like, a clear glow up and they're open about getting this stuff done. But I don't know. I'm just somebody who, it's hard for me to tell if somebody has Botox or fillers. I feel like you're just naturally beautiful. Then you're like, oh no, I had this work done. And I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, like Trisha Paytas moment. But the thing about it, okay, I want to take a look at this video because, like I said, there has been so much speculation about Selena Gomez and her appearance, and it's just starting to irk me.
Selena Gomez's new look has sparked heated online debate, but likely not for the reasons she intended. With the release of her new music video, In the Dark, Selena instantly became the center of a social media storm. Millions of netizens focused not on her vocals or performance, but on repeatedly zooming in on her facial close-ups, accusing her of excessive filler injections, botched Botox procedures, and even claiming she now has a new face. Within hours, number Selena face trended across platforms. What should have been a dazzling comeback morphed into a full-blown online witch hunt. Yet an unexpected voice emerged, Grimes. Taking to X, she defended Selena, denouncing this appearance obsession as inhumane and morally bankrupt. She lambasted influencers and gossip outlets for editing static images and awkward moments to grab attention. She called Selena beautiful and mentally strong, despite facing public pressure and health challenges from lupus medication. Fans flooded the comments section in solidarity with Selena, stating this is a natural manifestation of lupus symptoms. Once Selena goes back natural, it's game over for everyone.
Now, even this video here bothered me, and for different reasons, but for the one reason I'm going to call out, which is the very end here, when this person narrated or used an AI voice to narrate, once she goes back natural, it's game over for everyone. What do you mean when she goes back natural? Because even this person stated in the video, this is probably a side effect of her lupus. So this is something that naturally occurs for her, unfortunately. It's a part of the up and downs. It's a part of the fluctuations. It's a part of the disease. And even if she did have Botox and fillers, that's her choice at the end of the day. And the thing about having Botox and fillers, too, is that they do move. They do shift. You change as you get older. If you get them at the wrong time, as your body's still growing or changing, it's probably going to sit really weird and not in the places that you thought it would be. Botox and fillers are not your friend, girl. No matter how good that you think they look at first, they're going to shift and they're going to slide in your face, and they're not going to be your friend. But the thing about it is even if she did get Botox and filler done, sure, that's not my cup of tea, but I understand some people do have it done. But y'all have to understand, to an extent, I feel so bad when it comes to celebrities sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes they do that shit to their damn selves, and I'm just like, okay, you did that to yourself. I don't know what to tell you about it. But a lot of the time, celebrities don't want to get this stuff done. Sometimes they feel the need to get it done to keep up with certain aesthetics, to keep up with the looks of Hollywood. Everybody has a Ozempic face. Do you have it? You know, it's just so sad. And the beauty standards, they change so fucking often. And I feel like the Kardashians are a huge example of the beauty standards changing. They have set ridiculously high beauty standards that even they started to have a hard time keeping up with, because as they got older, their bodies started to change, and all the fillers and Botox that they had done started to become visibly apparent and did not look well on them. Because as I said, Botox and fillers, girl, they are not your friend. They are going to slide around in your face as your body changes, and you're gonna come out one day looking like not what you did the day before. And even the Kardashians, y'all have seen how they did like the wisdom tooth look, which is what a lot of people were calling Kim Kardashian, with these super slim waists and big hips and big butt, and people were literally taking her photos of her and her Skims and comparing it to wisdom teeth. And what happened a few years later, they decided to start downsizing everything on their bodies because they wanted a slim aesthetic, because heroin chic was coming back in. When it comes to beauty standards, this is something I do like talking about, but I'm pretty iffy about putting it on the internet because it's one of those subjects that I am either super light on touching. I don't want to say everything I want to say because it can get a little bit wild, in my opinions, but at the same time, beauty standards change so often, so I never really want to put certain light on certain ones just because they're going to shift again. And when it comes down to these beauty standards, especially ones like I talked about the Kardashian setting, they change so often that people were going out of their way to make it to the filler shop, the Botox, the injections, the fake boobs, fake butt, like the fat transplant thingies that happen. I'm not familiar with this, apparently. Of course, I don't do this stuff. But didn't the beauty standards change, and they spent all this money undoing the work of all this money that they spent to get the work, and it's just insane. But then again, like I was talking about, whenever it comes down to being under a public eye, it's always so much more difficult when it comes down to having these changes and doing it gracefully, because as soon as you change in your appearance, people are calling it out. Even if you are like Selena Gomez and have a medical disease that causes these fluctuations. And I'm not saying that it's just the disease that's causing these fluctuations. I'm sure that has a huge part of it. I don't know if she's had Botox and filler done. I've never seen her come out publicly and say it. I've never seen her deny it, but I don't watch interviews or stuff like that to keep up with her.
I don't know what's going on, but her face is like really wide and really like Jim Carrey the Mask. This is what
Hot take, I was never a fan of Wendy Williams. Do I feel bad what happened to that woman? Yes, I feel incredibly bad for what happened to that woman, but was I ever a fan of her? No, because I found her to be hateful. Ain't no way in hell you're gonna give me a public talk show where I sit up in front of people and I'm pulling other people's images and talking shit about their appearance. And it hasn't just been with Selena, it's been multiple people. And I get it. People talk badly about Wendy, so it's kind of like one of those situations where, well, if they're doing it to me, I'm just gonna do it back to them. But why would we shift and match somebody's level of hate just for entertainment? Because, babe, it's not entertaining.
There is no way these are the same people. Watch these videos with me and tell me what you think.
First time that I was authentically 100% honest with all of you. I think it's safe to say that most of you know a lot of my life, whether I liked it or not. And I had to stop, because I had everything. And I was absolutely broken inside. And I kept it all together enough to where I would never let you down, but I kept it too much together to where I let myself down. I don't want to see your bodies on Instagram. I want to see what's in here. I'm not trying to get validation, nor do I need it anymore.
You know, I will say when I'm with my sister or we're in the car, sometimes like Who Says is one of the songs but I was 16 and that's more of a nostalgic feeling. But no, I don't like listening to myself until tell me be free and sing this way, and yeah, he's sweet.
Y'all, imagine having a change in appearance, whether you did get botched Botox or lip fillers, or say it is the side effect of having lupus in these changes that you've had in your appearance, your voice, your weight, and people are out here doing conspiracies that you have died and been replaced. I guess the Illuminati came out here and got Selena Gomez because somebody played a video from 15 years ago versus now, and on top of her condition. I'm sorry, but that is absolutely silly, saying there's no way this could be the same person, and playing horror music in the background like some true crime shit, showing a video of Selena Gomez from a decade plus when she was a kid versus now as an adult, after knowing she struggled with years with appearance and body issues, knowing she has lupus, a condition and a disease that can fluctuate your appearance and your weight. And what drives me crazy, a lot of people call out her voice change, but she has lupus, and it says here that yes, lupus can affect your voice through inflammation and swelling of the vocal cords, leading to symptoms like hoarseness, a breathy or quiet voice, and vocal fatigue. she's not going to sound the same all the time, especially as you get older. You're never going to keep that baby voice that you want. Video right there. I am hoping I can keep the audio on it and it's not copyrighted, but it might be copyrighted. So you might have just looked at a silent clip, and I do apologize in advance for that. But or after the fact, it's not in advance. But y'all know what I mean. Anyway, there's that clip where, again, when this whole speculation of her getting Botox and fillers and botching her face, which is what a lot of people are saying she's done, people have been finding other clips from her on the internet from the past few years and bringing them up and being like, oh, she looks pregnant here. Her stylist did her so dirty with making her look pregnant here. Girl, she has a disease and she wanted to wear that dress. Like, are we gonna judge her just because she was bloated that day that she decided to wear a dress that's form-fitting to her body? And if you say it doesn't look flattering, I'm sorry, keep your opinion to yourself and not in my comment section, because here's the thing about it. Everybody goes through fluctuations in their life when it comes to their weight. A lot of people do have medical conditions to where you're not going to be flat-tummied all the time. You're going to retain water weight. And Selena Gomez has been very open about this in the past, about having this disease that she has and how she does retain a lot of water weight. And she'll gain a lot of weight, then she'll lose a lot of weight, and it's just a part of having that disease.
Tend to hold a lot of water weight, and that happens very normally. And then when I'm off of it, I tend to kind of lose weight. Really, guys. I just wanted to say and encourage anyone out there who feels any sort of shame for exactly what they're going through, and nobody knows the real story. So I just want people to know that you're beautiful and you're wonderful. And yeah, we have days where maybe we feel like shit, but I would much rather be healthy and take care of myself, and my medications are important, and I believe and they are what helps me. So yeah, not a model, never will be. And I think they're awesome, mind you. I definitely am definitely not that. So that's it. This is getting a little too much, but I just wanted to tell you I love you guys, and thanks for supporting me and understanding. And if not, go away, because honestly, I don't believe in shaming people for body or anything.
And I agree with this too. Now, it's one thing if you are going to sit there and eat yourself. If you're going to sit there and you feel like you need to eat every single thing in sight, if you're doing something to yourself that is causing such obesity or such severe underweightness. I don't believe in body shaming, but I will call you out for the bad behavior, because that's not good. That shouldn't be normalized for anybody. That shouldn't be acceptable. And I spent a lot of time on this channel calling out things in the past as far as people doing mukbangs or mukbangs, whatever you call it, and having this severe overweight sense while they do it. They will have breathing machines attached to them while eating 30 packs of ramen noodles. That's sodium, let me just say. Why are you doing that to yourself? But anyway, then you have people like Eugenia Cooney who just don't take care of themselves, obviously, and promote what they do. It's not good for literally anybody. And I understand there being speculation for that. I understand people talking about that. It is a concept I feel like a lot of people who don't struggle with these tend to have a hard time understanding, myself included, as to why you would do that to yourself. But in Selena Gomez's case, when it comes down to having an actual illness and disease that changes your body when you don't want it to, when you don't expect it to, when you have to take medications to keep certain things in control inside of you, and the medications can also cause side effects such as weight gain or weight loss, and it's a concept that's really hard to grasp unless you're actually going through the disease. And we can do as much medical research as we want, and we can understand it to the best of our knowledge, and I will never talk badly about it for that reason. I understand this is an illness. This is something that she cannot control. So it bothers me so badly to see people on the internet picking her apart for her appearance whenever her appearance has been something that has pretty much always been out of her control. I think why it hurts my feelings when I see Selena Gomez under spectacle isn't because she's a celebrity. It's not my biased opinion because I grew up listening to her music. God forbid I know Who Says like the back of my hand, okay? It bothers me because she has been an advocate for people for so long when it comes to loving yourself and appreciating your body for the way that it is, the way that you were born, with medical conditions and all. And when she has her flare-ups or her not-so-great moments, they're so heavily speculated.
Selena Gomez is here. She was on Barney way.
Doc here. So I'm not sure if you guys were aware, but Selena Gomez actually has an autoimmune condition called lupus, which affects different parts of your body. And one of the main treatment plans for this condition is taking corticosteroids. But taking corticosteroids for a prolonged time, like she has, can give you a higher incidence of obesity. And so it's one of those conditions that unfortunately is chronic, and she does have to take these medications. So I just wanted to educate you on that condition just to be more aware.
Now, I love seeing videos. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of videos on TikTok that irk me because it's a lot of doctors who will call out celebrities and be like, here's before and afters, and now let's talk about all the work that they had done. You're not their doctor. And again, sometimes it's very visible, but sometimes there are medical conditions that could be underlying, that could cause different changes in weight and appearance and da-da-da. Maybe they did have shifts in appearance and they wanted to get some type of filler or Botox to help them through the time where their body's not agreeing with them because of the medications that they're taking or because of the weight fluctuations. But I love when I see doctors who will call out the fact and be like, yeah, everybody's speculating about her weight and stuff, or people are speculating about this and this change in appearance, but can we just remember the fact that this person does have a chronic disease that will affect them for the rest of their lives? So when they do go through these weight shifts, can we try to be more understanding and not make it such a spectacle? Now, Selena Gomez, of course, used to do music a lot, and she's taken some time off from music. She has been focusing on acting, and her personal life, she has just been enjoying herself, y'all. And the thing that has been irking me why I wanted to talk about this is because since the release of her music video, which was like her kind of big comeback to music in a sense, everybody's been talking about just her appearance. And yeah, again, there's been a lot of people who have been hyping her up for her music, her style, her aesthetic, her sound, but a lot of people have been picking at her appearance. And it's the internet. It's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen. I'm not saying that just because she's having a comeback to music, people need to be as kind as possible. Have your opinion. But I just think that it's important to come from a standpoint of having a more educated opinion, especially when it comes down to certain things that people are saying, which is especially, in my opinion, about her weight, knowing that this condition causes it to fluctuate. And a lot of people, again, this isn't the sense of she's gained weight, da-da-da. This is more so people calling her out for these alleged fillers and Botox that she has been open to getting. And I know I said earlier in the video, I'm not aware of her ever coming out and saying that she has this, but I looked it up and it turns out she has been open about having Botox in the past. But even with her admitting to having Botox in the past, I just don't feel like that necessarily matters. It's not like she told people, you have to go do this, you have to go get this. That was something that she did for herself, a personal decision. And I don't even know if I fully blame her because, like I said, Hollywood is one hell of a jungle. And when one person gets it and everybody else starts to follow, then it becomes a beauty standard. And then you kind of feel out of the loop unless you're following in those standards. I just wanted to talk about this because it's something that has bothered me, especially when it comes to Selena Gomez, just because knowing that she has lupus and it's her medication, it's the disease. And it's not something that she has in her control. She fluctuates in weight. She fluctuates in appearance. And it just gets to me whenever you have someone like Selena Gomez, for instance, who wants to do something just because she's passionate about it and enjoys it and comes back with a song that is a banger and people are just constantly picking apart the appearance of her throughout the entire thing.
When Benny looks at me, I don't think he sees anything but who I am, and that's very rare to find. He knows when I'm feeling a certain way and kind of, before I can even let it get to a place where it's unbearable, he has already talked me through a spiral. And protecting myself on multiple reasons. Doing music, working with someone that's kind of, like, oh, I don't know if I should do that. But I genuinely it just happened. I think when you know, and oh, that's so cheesy to say, but when you do know, it feels right. That's what happened to me, and I just felt very comfortable with it.
I'm personally proud of her for going through as much as she's gone through in the public eye, and especially with Disney. But I'm proud of her for going through what she's gone through in the public eye and being very open and honest about her disease, for being an advocate for body positivity, and not the unhealthy, toxic body positivity, by the way, not the, oh, it's okay to be extremely obese, like, girl, be happy. She's been an advocate for feeling comfortable in your own skin, and I support that. And I'm also somebody who's not into the body shaming. I feel like, and this might sound cliche, but I feel like everybody's beautiful, and even those who don't have a certain aesthetic or don't look a certain way or don't fit the cookie cutter mold that Hollywood pushes that you should look like, that you should be, it's very nice to see that other people are advocating for different body types. I just feel bad for her having this comeback that was supposed to be spectacular just to go viral for not the comeback, but for what you look like during that comeback. And it hurts my feelings for her. She has lupus. This causes a lot of fluctuations in her weight. She takes medication that causes a lot of fluctuations in her body. And people need to be more understanding and more kind to that. And even people who understand she has a disease will still talk about these changes in appearance that she has and make it seem like it is just a weight issue. It is just an unhappy thing. She's just unhappy right now, and maybe that's why she's gaining weight. Or, oh, she's getting happy again. She's losing the weight. Look at her go. That bothers me so extremely bad. And then on top of those videos, having doctors come to the internet and be like, here's the work she had done. It's kind of like, damn, like, are we really doing this? But I just want to know y'all's thoughts and opinions on this, because this has been very viral, especially on TikTok. So I'm sure y'all have seen it, and I really wanted to talk about it. So I want to know y'all's thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Do y'all think the world just needs to be a kinder place whenever it comes to this topic in general? I feel like people need to stop being put under a scope to the extent that they are. It is annoying to me. It's bothersome, but I want to know y'all's thoughts and opinions. And with that being said, let me know in the comment section down below. I can't wait to read them, and I will catch you in the next damn video. All right, bye.